Hey guys, it's Carrie, and I want to talk a little bit about like misgendering and social dysphoria, which I've talked about before, but I want to talk about this specifically, like when it just gets to be like really frustrating and really annoying, and you're just kind of over it because that's how I was a few days ago. Um, as I've mentioned, I'm out pretty much everywhere. The school that I'm interning at, my school that I attend, my friends, my family. I mean, probably not like cousins and things that I don't ever talk to, but whatever. I'm just out everywhere. People gender me correctly in my personal and kind of work school life. When I'm out and about with strangers, that's kind of 50-50. Sometimes people like they either don't know or they don't care, and so they don't use any gendered language. Other times people will do a sir or ma'am, which are both wrong. And usually I just roll with it because it sucks, but it's society and I understand that, and I understand that someone else's perception of me has nothing to do with who I am or my gender and like my existence. So it sucks and it can be uncomfortable because it does sometimes make you like think about like, all right, so what did I do or say or look like that made this person interpret my gender so wrong? And like rationally, because I'm a rational person, I know it's because people are just, that's one of the first categories kids learn: boys and girls. Boys and girls line up separately to go to the bathroom. Boys and girls, like it's just a way we talk about people in American society and probably a lot of other societies. But for whatever reason, like it just kept happening. I was out at a lot of places, kind of really quickly over the weekend, and like every single person misgendered me, everybody, and it was super annoying. And I don't know, like on Friday I had to go to a meeting, that's fine. I introduced myself, and I mentioned that I use they them pronouns, and I was probably like the second or third to last person to introduce myself. And I don't know if I was subconsciously kind of annoyed, like it's just annoying that no one is ever going to correctly assume that about me, because for whatever reason people don't. And I suspect that another person in that meeting is trans, but I don't know that for certain, and I don't know that anyone else in that meeting would know that that person is, so I don't, whatever. And so I think, like, part of me was like, oh, it's frustrating because I don't want to fully 100% transition genders. I really want my, like, physical transition to kind of put me in that middle ground. And so I know, like, okay, so that's something I just have already accepted, that they're just not gonna get it, especially strangers, they're not gonna assume that correctly a good portion of the time. But I mean, like, no one did, and it just had me super, like, annoyed and frustrated, and I was kind of in a bad mood for days, and I'm not a person that's, like, goes around in a bad mood ever. I don't know, I think I was just, for whatever reason, I was just fed up with it. But I wanted to talk about it because it's okay to get annoyed. It's okay to be frustrated that if you are a genderqueer or non-binary, a person that doesn't identify specifically on one end or the other of the binary spectrum, it's okay to get upset or just be generally annoyed at times that you do have to constantly like out yourself if you want people to gender you correctly. And it's not even, like, it's not feasible. If I'm waiting on you to bag my groceries, I'm not gonna also tell you, oh, by the way, let's talk about my gender. Like, that's weird. But it's annoying that that's the only way to get gendered correctly at times. And you really can't control people's perceptions for the most part. Like, you just can't. And I had watched some videos of some other non-binary YouTubers, but they were also people who were okay. I think I saw two people that use he, him, and one that uses she, like in their work or school settings. Even though like really their pronouns are they, them, they kind of were on the team of, people aren't gonna do that, so I'm not gonna push it. And that's fine. Like, it is a struggle, people don't get it. I understand why people just don't push it in like a work environment. At the same time, I am not comfortable with not using they, them pronouns. That's why I do videos, that's why I try to be vocal and out about it, because like society does need to change. And it's not that I think my little videos are going to change society, but I think it's a start, and I think the visibility is important, and I think normalizing it is important. Today, a person that I just met today, and I had we'd exchanged emails and I had just mentioned my pronoun. So in a classroom of little elementary kids, and when this person said, hey, there's a friend with me, can you say hi to them? She just did it. The kids were like, hi, because they're kids and they're not overthinking it, like adults tend to do. So this is a little bit just kind of me complaining about it. But I also just wanted to like say that it's okay that you get frustrated about it, because everyone does. And at the end of the day, we know, like, you know, if you are really trying to push that line of like androgynous or non-binary or genderqueer or whatever, even if you're trying to present that way, people aren't going to perceive you that way. And there are also non-binary people who feel no need to or desire to like physically transition at all, but they still might want to use they them pronouns, and they also are stuck in that position of no one is going to ever really assume their gender correctly. So it's just really frustrating, and it's okay that it's frustrating. Like I said, I kind of am not over it, but I'm not in a bad mood anymore about it, which is nice, because I don't like being in a bad mood over something about society that is just society being annoying. Yeah, so that's just kind of me complaining about the fact that we can't just start not gendering people we don't know. Anyways, let me know if you have strategies for dealing with that, if you think that's, I don't know, whatever you think about it. Yeah, so this is just me kind of, I guess, venting a bit about it, but also wanting to normalize it and remind everyone that it's okay to be frustrated, but it's also important to be able to get back to a place of like, okay, I'm me, I know who I am. That's really the important part, like, that I'm myself. And that's really the only person I can ever be is myself, right? And that's the same for you. The only person you can ever be is yourself. So if you have anything to say about it in the comments, you can do that. Subscribe, give me ideas for things you want me to talk about as a non-binary, genderqueer type adult person, and have a excellent end to your week.